choice of the public, and also whether the security of the public is important. So, well, basically, I, as the closing off, agree with my opening opposition that the choice of the people is important, because the people are the one that elected the government. The people, in a democratic society, the right should be given to the people. No matter what, even though the government is being elected by them, certain powers should be given to the people, because remember, you must remember that the government is made to be by these people that have elected them. So they should have a certain power. Moving on to a few rebuttals before my extension. Against the 9/11 threats, and we say that what the second speaker of opposition said, that we need the armed forces to be there, because we need to retaliate the 9/11 incidents and all that kind of stuff. So basically, we see the need for then what's the need for CIAs, FBIs, where basically they work and they are there to source out terrorist organizations, source out those people that are there, and basically put an end to terrorists. So we do not see that because of such small groups, you should range a war against a particular country that consists of that particular small group of terrorists that may range a threat to the USA or other country. Yes, sir.
You see, when we are not against the country, we are in the country to fight that particular group. We are not against the country's government troops, but we are fighting these radical groups' troops.
Okay, basically, let's view USA and Iraq. Well, they thought that they are going in to source out nuclear weapons and all that kind of stuff, and there were also so-called terrorists around there. And yeah, you are fighting against the armed forces of Iraq, not the terrorist troops in general. You are fighting against the Iraqians who are basically the army there. You are fighting against a country, not the terrorist group, and that is where you fail to prove that you're part of your part of safety. And another rebuttal of basically what you have brought up, that dying for the nation is something that everybody so-called, it's a pride thing. Well, in a democratic country, every guy, every individual, every man has to serve NS when you reach the age of 18, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so they do not go to range for war voluntarily. It's basically forced upon them to go to war because they are serving their national service and they are brought upon. And we cannot go against the government because the government has already said yes, sir.
I think what Yu Xiang meant was he was talking about the context of US, where it is a volunteer army, where people actually want to serve, want to fight for their country, and want to protect their country.
Okay. So yes, want to serve, want to protect their country is one thing, but basic unnecessary bloodshed is another thing, because we as the people on the ground are losing our family members in this war. No, sir, thank you, enough from you. So we are the ones that are losing our family members, not the government. They do not feel the trauma as what the opening government has already stated, because we are the one who are losing our loved ones. We understand the pain behind this. The government does not understand the pain. So that is why the right of giving our taxes to a particular to the particular venues such as education and medical is much more better. It's just a choice. We do not see a problem in it. If it's just a choice, people have the right to choose. It's not going to say that everybody is going to choose not to put their funds, not to put their taxes in the armed forces. There will still be a revenue in the armed forces. Now moving on. Basically, okay, moving on to my extension. Okay, my extension for today is basically protecting the rights of the people and protecting other countries. Well, let's take a step back. For instance, take Thailand as an example. Thailand is a democratic country to a certain extent, and it uses its armed forces not to protect its people, but actually to threaten its people. And we have seen that many times on the news, where we can see law enforcers holding big, huge crowds of civilians, basically going against the government, and think that the government is doing something wrong. So hereby, if we don't get the right to choose where our tax money goes to, the government, if all governments are like Thailand's government, they will use that force against the people, and in causing harm to the people that have provided taxes for them to fund for the armed forces. Yes.
We think that Thailand does not have any place or relevance in this debate because Thailand essentially is not a democratic country.
It is?
Military coup.
Oh, okay. Shit. Okay. Yeah, basically moving on to further points. Okay. If the taxes would be funded for the armed forces, there is two things: security for a country and using it for wrongdoing. Well, basically we have seen the US done that once against Iraq. So we do not want that to happen again. We understand that the security is important for a particular country to keep themselves safe. But we do have other agencies which do help in such to protect the country. So we do not see the need to basically pull down this motion of allowing the right to be given to the citizens of that particular country to choose where the taxes should be made and should be placed. Even in USA, we all know that the armed forces in USA is very great. They have one of the largest army. They are one of the high-tech armies in the whole world right now. And well, their education system is not really that good. Their infrastructures for certain states are not really that well infrastructured. And also their medical care is not really that well. So that is why we see in this motion, it benefits the people at large in terms that it increases as what they have said in the first world democratic country, USA, and it will help the people in terms of their medical care and also improving the infrastructures for certain states and also improving the education system. So that is why we see that these motions are stand.
What is the extension?
Protect the rights of
It's
people.
Charlene's fault. She didn't set the place.
Western
in
liberal.
Western democracies.
Western, she said
She
it.
said Western.
Oh, then because so Western.
What's the extension?
Protect the rights of people in other countries.
Protect. What is the argument? Protect. What protect what?
Sorry? Protect the rights of the people in the state in that particular country.
What protects the right people? What right to do what?
To the taxes to choose whether
Right to
to
taxes?
no, to protect them to
Speak proper English. What are you saying?
I'm trying to say that to give them the choice, to protect them and give them the right, whatever right they deserve to do in that particular country. As we all know that democratic countries, we are given a certain right to do some things like the freedom to the right to life and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just pushing from that angle.
I don't understand. What are you saying? What are you saying?
How do I put it?
That what? In a democratic country, I should do whatever I want.
Hmm?
In a democratic country, I should be able to do whatever I want. Is it?
Something like that.
Something
along that line.
Besides, what are you saying?
No, yeah, they say that they should be able to make the choices for themselves.
That's it. That's all.
And then to protect other countries.
And to protect other countries.
Because if let's say the government were to use their armed forces for negative motives, like not just for like as they say terrorism and all that stuff, for other motives, and then it may portray to other countries that has them as a threat and may cause more harm to the people in that country.
When did you say this?
I want to say that.
Didn't say.
Didn't say.
Why?
Huh?
Why? You know why you
Because
didn't say
of
that?
the Thailand example.
Yeah, Thailand example there is stuck really.
Then go.
Hey, did you talk about improving education?